I'm Pete Hegseth in for Laura Ingram on this Thursday edition, a special edition of the Ingram Angle. Thanks for being here. And we start tonight with another layer of intrigue involving Hunter and the Biden family's shady business associations. Watch.
For 4 years, I was senior advisor to the China energy company CFC at the same time of its dealings with the Biden family. Under normal circumstances, I would be testifying before Congress about my experience with CFC. Sadly, due to circumstances I shall describe here in this video, I am forced to tell you this story via video.
There are no normal circumstances in this case. That was the missing witness from the Biden corruption investigation. His name is Israeli professor Dr. Gal Luft. He laid out his bribery allegations against the president's family in an extraordinary video filmed in an undisclosed location while he is at this moment on the run. In the 14-minute recording obtained exclusively by the New York Post, the fugitive former Israeli army officer claims he was arrested in Cyprus to stop him from testifying to the House Oversight Committee that the Biden family received payments from individuals with alleged ties to Chinese military intelligence. The self-proclaimed fall guy says he provided the incriminating evidence to 6 officials from the FBI and the Department of Justice in a secret meeting in Brussels in March of 2019, but alleges that it was covered up.
Over an intensive two-day meeting, I shared my information about the Biden family's financial transactions with CFC, including specific dollar figures. But perhaps the most alarming information I revealed was of a mole within the DOJ who shared classified information with Hunter Biden and his Chinese partners. After Brussels, I never heard back from the DOJ, but instead of showing appreciation for my whistleblowing, I became public enemy number 1.
Yeah, they didn't have time to get back to him. He goes on to describe how over the next 4 years, he, his family, friends, and associates were harassed and intimidated. Finally, in February of this year, he was arrested in Cyprus on an extradition request from the Southern District of New York for allegedly violating the Export Arms Control Act. After his arrest, he tweeted, "I've been arrested in Cyprus on a politically motivated extradition request by the U.S. The U.S. is claiming I'm an arms dealer. It would be funny if it weren't tragic. I've never been an arms dealer. DOJ is trying to bury me to protect Joe, Jim, and Hunter Biden." And he defended himself again in his video statement.
I, who volunteered to inform the U.S. government about potential security breach and about compromising information about a man vying to be the next president, am now being hunted by the very same people whom I informed and may have to live on the run for the rest of my life.
He says he's being hunted. I mean, those are strong words. The New York Post reports that House Oversight Chairman James Comer, who was preparing to interview Luft before he disappeared, says he remains a potential witness in the Biden family probe, despite the fact that he is a fugitive at this moment. Luft's explosive allegations, well, they need to be addressed. And his motive couldn't be clearer. This does not have anything to do with partisan politics.
I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I have no political motive or agenda. I did it out of deep concern that if the Bidens were to come to power, the country would be facing the same traumatic Russia collusion scandal, only this time with China. Sadly, because of the DOJ's cover-up, this is exactly what happened.
We've reached out to the DOJ, by the way, for a comment, and we have yet to hear back. Joining me now is Miranda Devine, a perfect guest for this tonight, Fox News contributor and the New York Post columnist who broke this story. Also with me is Mike Davis. He's the founder and president of the Article 3 Project. Miranda, I mean, fantastic scoop by you. If what Luft says is true, how does this change the course of the investigations, not just into Hunter, but into Joe?
Well, look, I think he's going to be a witness still. That's what James Comer wants to do. He was already in talks to be a witness when he was arrested. You know, he is a fugitive. Obviously, that discredits him somewhat, but perhaps that is the aim, to stop him, as he says, to stop him from testifying. The things that he told me about the Brussels meeting and other facts about the Bidens have been corroborated since he told me about them in other ways. He's given me a document to show that that Brussels meeting was in fact scheduled by the Southern District of New York. And, you know, he's described by people who knew him in Washington, D.C. as a credible person with deep intelligence ties. He founded and ran a sort of an energy think tank, which had as its advisors such luminaries of sort of Washington, D.C. life as the former CIA Director James Woolsey, former NSA Director Robert McFarlane. So he was well plugged into Washington, and he was, it is correct, I have verified that he was partners with the very Chinese from CEFC that Hunter Biden and his uncle Jim Biden were receiving money from, millions of dollars. And so I guess he had the access to be able to know that information. We've heard about an FBI mole before. He's now put flesh on the bones of that. It definitely is a serious set of allegations. They should have been investigated, and it appears yet again that they weren't. He would be the fifth whistleblower whose allegations about the Bidens were just buried by the DOJ.
Yeah, folks are blowing the whistle all over the place, and no one's hearing it. The game just continues. Mike, anyone involved in Hunter's corrupt business dealing, they're not going to be a Boy Scout. And Dr. Gall Luft appears to be no exception to that. But does that discredit his allegations in your mind? Or, I mean, there are going to be unsavory characters here if we're talking about these types of dealings.
I mean, we're talking about the Bidens. This is the Bidens who face an allegation that they took $10 million in foreign bribes and threatened to pull $1 billion in U.S. aid from Ukraine if the president didn't fire the prosecutor in Ukraine investigating Burisma and the Bidens. This is the Biden Justice Department that just cut a sweetheart deal with Hunter Biden on failing to file taxes and giving essentially a deferred sentence on a felony gun charge to cover up 2 years of millions and millions of dollars of alleged foreign corruption and bribes of the Bidens. I would say about this whistleblower, he named specific names, dates, places, amounts. The House Oversight and/or the House Judiciary Committee and/or the House Ways and Means Committee need to start issuing subpoenas for depositions of these people at the Justice Department, these 6 specific officials at the Justice Department that he named, and have them come in, provide their documents, get the embassy officials in Brussels, and run this down.
Yeah, no doubt. You know, Miranda, the left is surely, we know what their playbook looks like. They're going to try to downplay all of these allegations due to his shady past. But I don't remember the left ever having a problem with hyping, I don't know, like Michael Cohen as the star witness against Trump. I mean, they're shameless in this way. So will he get a chance to actually present this evidence either before the committee or in a way that the public will? I mean, there's so much smoke here, Miranda. But the question is, does anyone ever hear the whistle blown?
Look, he's on the run, and you heard him say he thinks he'll be on the run for the rest of his life. He tells me that he's really in fear of his life as well. So who knows if he can testify by, I don't know, remote video or by sending in a video. I don't know how Comer will figure that out. But what we do know is that the Democrats are absolute past masters at trashing every whistleblower that comes forward. And you're seeing in real time as they're doing it to the IRS whistleblower, Gary Shapley, a man with an impeccable record of honesty and integrity who has recovered billions of dollars for this country. And you just watch how they tear him down.
Yeah, they will. It's exactly right. Miranda and Mike, thank you very much for your time tonight. We appreciate it.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.